Hello everyone, welcome to the lecture series of Microcontroller and Embedded System subject with subject code 18CS44. So myself, Professor Sandeep Telkar R, Assistant Professor CSC Department, KLS VDIT Haliyal. So today in this session we will be discussing about module number 3 of your V2 syllabus with lesson number 20 as per your lesson plan. So in the previous session we have discussed about the different categories of embedded system and its advantage. So those categories which we have discussed in previous session was ASIC and PLD. Today in this session we will be discussing with the third category of embedded system, that is COTS. So COTS stands for commercial off-the-shelf component. Likewise, one more topic we will be discussing in this session is details of sensors, actuators, LED, 7-segment LED display. So this belongs to CLO, that is Course Learning Objective 3, and as per the Bloom's taxonomy it might get into BL1 or BL2. So we'll see with the body of the lecture. So first, as I told you, we'll be studying with one of the categories of embedded system, that is COTS. So COTS stands for commercial off-the-shelf components, right? So to brief it out, what exactly this category of embedded system is nothing but, as you might have seen in day-to-day of your life, so some of the company, instead of manufacturing one of the component in their company, what they will be doing is they will be purchasing those component which is readily available in the market. So such type of component I will be calling it as commercial off-the-shelf components. So we will be seeing those detail in this concept, that is COTS. So first of all, commercial off-the-shelf product is one which is might be used as or is. Next is the components itself may be developed around a general purpose, to serve a general purpose or domain specific processor, or for an ASIC or PLDs. So next we will see the advantages of using with the COTS. So one of the major advantage of using with the COTS is they are readily available in the market, and the developer, since they are readily available in the market, the developer can cut down his or her development time to a great extent. So as I said in the start of the session, so these are the components which are readily available. So no need to manufacture, no need to develop in your own organization. So this can be readily available, wherein you have to just purchase those component. So that is the one advantage, wherein you can cut down your development time. Likewise, what might be the drawback? So what might be the drawback of commercial off-the-shelf components in case of embedded design is that a manufacturer of the COTS component may withdraw the product, or he may discontinue the production of the COTS at any time. So if the COTS product manufacturer, if he prefer that, so this technology doesn't suit for the current technology, he might withdraw the product manufacture, or he might discontinue with the product manufacturing. So this might be the one drawback of COTS. So next we have listed out with the some of the advantages as well as disadvantages of COTS. We'll be seeing now. First we'll see the advantages. So it can be made ready to use. Next is it is easy to integrate. So integration is nothing but combining two or more component. Likewise, third advantage is it reduces the development time. So since it is readily available in the market, so it reduces the development time to a greater extent. So likewise, we'll see with the disadvantages. So COTS component will be not following any of the manufacturing standards. So it is not going to follow with any of the manufacturing standard. So this is the one disadvantage. Likewise, as and when the manufacturer or vendor may discontinue with the production of particular COTS product. So these are the some two advantages of commercial off-the-shelf component, that is third category of embedded system. So next we will see what is the meaning of sensors as well as actuators. So first we will start with the sensors. So to brief it out, this what is the meaning of sensor is nothing but, so if you have been working in any of the organization, so whenever you enter into any one of the organization, you will be having with the biometric. So what that biometric contain, it is going to contain with the sensor. So what that sensor is going to do, it is going to take your thumb as an input, right? So that is what we will be studying it today. It is sensor. So sensor, it can be used for taking an input. So what happens, what happens when an input has taken? So when an input has taken, it is going to convert an energy from one form to another form, and it acts as a transducer. So the best example for sensor is temperature sensor. Likewise, we'll see with the actuator. So actuator is used for output purpose. So again, actuator acts as a transducer, which might be either mechanical or electrical, which converts signals to corresponding physical action. So next we will see the difference between sensor and actuator. So sensor acts as an input device, actuator acts as an output device. So next, it going to convert physical parameter to an electrical output. Next, actuator is going to convert an electrical signal into a physical output. So third difference is, it is a device that detects events or changes in the environment and sends the information to another electronic device. And in case of actuator, it is a component of a machine that is responsible for moving and controlling the mechanism. So likewise, we have with the fourth difference, it is sensor helps to monitor the changes in the environment. In case of actuator, it helps to control the environment or physical changes. So next we'll move on to the next topic, that is I/O subsystem or I/O subcomponents. The I/O subsystem of the embedded system, it facilitates the interaction of the embedded system with the external world. As mentioned earlier, the interaction happens through sensors and actuator connected to the input and output ports respectively for the embedded system. So one of those I/O subsystem is your LED. So LED stands for light emitting diode. So this LED you might have used in case of analog and digital electronics lab, right? So about that subsystem we'll be studying it today. That is, LED stands for light emitting diode. So LED is an PN junction diode. It contains both cathode and anode. For functioning the anode, what has to be done is, it has to be connected to the positive end of a power supply, and cathode should be connected to the negative end of the power supply, right? The maximum current flowing through the LED can be restricted by connecting a resistor in series between power supply and LED. So this connection you can observe in this diagram, right? So this is the diagram how it has to be connected with the LED. So next we will be seeing what are the two ways how you can interface or how you can connect this LED to a microcontroller or your microprocessor system, right? So one way is, the anode of LED should be connected to the port pin and cathode should be grounded. So in this approach, the port pin sources the current to the LED when it is at logic high. Second way to interface an LED with a microprocessor or microcontroller is, your cathode of LED should be connected to the port pin and anode to the VCC. So in this approach, the port pin sources the current to the LED when it is at logic high. Here the port pin sinks the current and the LED is turned on when the port pin is at logic low, or that is 0. So next we will be seeing with the next concept, that is next I/O subsystem, that is 7 segment LED display. So this component you might have seen in case of your again ADE lab. So to display some of the alphanumeric character, you may use this particular 7 segment display. So we will be seeing about the brief information of 7 segment display today. The 7 segment LED display, it acts as an output device which will be used for displaying the alphanumeric character. Next, the 7 segment LED display contains 8 LED segments which are arranged in a special form. So out of these 8 LED segments, 7 are used for displaying alphanumeric character and 1 is used for decimal point. So in the slide you can observe the diagram of 7 segment LED display. So as I told you, it contains with the 7 displaying alphanumeric character and 1 will be used for decimal point, right? So this was the component what you might observe in your lab to display some of the alphanumeric character. For example, if you want to display 3, that is numeric character 3 into this LED display, so which are the segments you need to light it up? So which are the segments are? One is you need to light it up with A, B, G, C and D. So if you can able to make it on of these segments, so in turn you might display 3 in 7 segment display component. So next we will be seeing which are the 2 displays which are available, right? So the 7 segment LED display are available in the 2 different configuration. One is common anode, one is common cathode. So in case of common anode configuration, the anode of all the 8 segments should be connected commonly. Likewise, in common cathode configuration, the LED segments should share a common cathode line. So these are the some 2 different configuration which are available in your 7 segment LED displays. So to summarize the topics which have been covered in this session, highlighting with the course outcome, that is one of the topic what we have covered is with respect to the COTS. So as you know that COTS is one of the categories of embedded system. Likewise, in this session we have tried to understand the information regarding the devices like sensors, actuators, LED, 7 segment LED display. So to understand about the embedded system device and to know how the core of embedded system have been categorized. So this is the outcome of this session or outcome of this particular topic. Next we will see with the applications or importance of today's topic which has been covered. So one of the significance of today's topic covered is to understand with the various devices of embedded system, plus COTS can be made use in various embedded system devices. So the probable question what you may expect in case of your examination have been listed over here. So first is what is an COTS? Explain its advantage and disadvantage. Next question, explain sensor and actuator. Likewise, what is 7 segment LED display? What are the 2 configuration of 7 segment LED display? Last, differentiate between sensor and actuator. So these are the some 4 possible questions you may practice for the purpose of your examination, right? So if you want to have with the additional information, right? So if suppose if you want with the additional reference or relevant video with respect to this lecture session, you can go to this particular link wherein you will be getting with the full details of what all the concepts we have covered in this session. So until with the next session, thank you for listening. Thank you.